Morning everybody. So we're back at the fabulous Moo-hawn, ancient Irish Hillfort, and I've stumbled across a grove of wee bluebells. The vibrancy of the colour is something else. I don't know why they're called bluebells when they're purple, but it seems a crime to pick them. But the instinct is to pick them and pick a bunch of them and bring them back. They're very fragrant. I wonder if my little my little friend, the wren bird, is going to come back. The smallest bird in the mainland UK and Ireland. It's very rare you see much of a wren bird. They move very, very quickly, and they're obviously very small. But there's one around, and probably more. It seems that there's plenty of wild strawberry. You don't see the strawberries yet, the fruit hasn't come. There's a definitive shape to the leaves. Fronds and ferns, ivy of course, carpeting both the floor of the wood and the trees. These particular trees I think are birch, but I defer to a more knowledgeable source. That looks like hazel actually. The very smooth bark would lead me to think these are not Scots pine, like the ones further back, with the rougher kind of bark. I can see from the leaves up here that that's actually a rowan tree, otherwise called the mountain ash. A very smooth bark, and the leaves above at the top, small frond-like. As far as I'm aware, the rowan tree has a fruit of small red berries which come to the party round about August, September time. So in amongst the birch and the rowan. We saw elder as well, which blooms a white flower that you can apparently make a wine from. Wow, look, there's another grove of bluebells down there. Again, vibrancy of the purple colour. I have to put my my goat feet on to negotiate the rocks here. This is part of the wall of the inner part of the ring of the Hillfort, which is made of limestone, all locally derived. You can see there it's covered in moss and lichen completely, due to the conditions. It's damp and wet. Also quite slippy. Look at this is fabulous. This is what I was drawn towards, the vivacious colour of the bluebells. Sound of fresh rain. I was going to say it's fabulously peaceful, but there's the distant hum of constant traffic, air traffic and road traffic. Planes overhead, heading in and out of Shannon Airport, and the motorway between Limerick and Galway, just off the other side of Dromoland Castle. It's quite overcast today, so there's blanket cloud cover. You don't really see the aircraft, but it's public knowledge now that renditions by the United States military include military equipment, prisoners being shipped off to Guantanamo, American troops, and other, should we say, goods and transport, which would indicate that Ireland's official status of neutrality is something of an untruth. And there are some people in this world who are concerned with telling the truth and spreading awareness to people of the way things are. And I think those people are in a strict minority. The vast majority of people seem neither to be concerned if it doesn't immediately concern them or their family, or their immediate sort of interest level, but I've always been interested in the bigger picture, the wider scope of things, and the way things are. And hence in my book, The Fox and the Scorpion Meet Cold Turkey, not only do I recount my own personal sort of day-to-day diary memoir style feelings and thoughts, and documented what I was going through at the time, but I also expand the narrative to include, you know, the fact that the likes of Blair, Bushes, Clintons. These people they're mass murdering war criminals that need to be brought to trial. But they spend millions on cleverly crafting their public persona, and the very same people who they work for control the mainstream media channels, the RTs, the BBCs and so on. So it's very unlikely that the truth will be revealed, but it will in time, of course. And if you think I'm crazy, or you think I'm making this stuff up, then that's fine, that's okay. We're all entitled to our own opinion. But I'm telling you, the sooner Obama and Blair and Clintons and Bushes are brought before justice, the better for humanity. The world is being hijacked by unempathetic beings, psychopathic entities who are deliberately destroying our ecology. And even if there's nothing I can do about that, the least I can do is to spread awareness, tell the truth, the way things are, as I believe them to be. And when I'm dead and gone, perhaps my kids will respect me a bit more than they did when I was alive and I was around. Little bulbous growths on the fern. Completely lost, of course. Sometimes it's nice to be lost. Like your man Barbossa in the Pirates of the Caribbean movie. He says, "Are we lost yet? You have to be lost until you can get found. Can't find yourself until you get lost." Well, I'm pretty sure I found myself. With my unconventional beliefs and opinions, always destined to be the black sheep. Perennially, seemingly unable to succeed in this life, in this world, the way of things. You have to have a job, and you have to have money, and you have to pay a mortgage, and you have to pay for this and pay for that and pay the bills. I don't really fancy a lifetime of slavery. That's what it seems I've signed up for. So it's nice to treasure those rare moments when we can get away from the rat race and connect with nature. I was always predestined to philosophy. Who am I? Why am I here? What are we doing here? What's the story like? The Bible tells a story, but then you've got dinosaurs, and then you've got myths like evolution. Or should I say a theory, not a myth. That's all it is, a theory. Not a reflection of the facts. A useful theory, but nonetheless not a true one. And I suppose I'll always have questions that need to be answered. And I suppose there must be others out there, although again in the strict minority. Less than 0.1% of the population anyway. Who are also truth seekers. And who have an unquenchable thirst and desire for knowledge. And I guess a kind of an innate need to discover and relay the truth. Because one thing's for sure, what we're told in the school books and the history books is poppycock, it's bunkum, hogwash, and all kinds of other English words of such ilk. Based on what I've seen, it would appear to me that around about 6,000 to 12,000 years ago there was an advanced race of beings living on planet Earth which were wiped out by great floods. The floods mentioned in the Bible, geological evidence supports this. There was also a race of giants. Skeletons have been found of humans ranging from 7 and 8 meters tall, 13 or 14 feet. Skulls with hugely elongated plates in them would indicate that the archaeological evidence and what they call upas, or the historical artifacts discovered by likes of Klaus Donner, would indicate that not only did this race of giants come here from somewhere else in the universe, but that they interbred or intermarried with the existing sort of race of Homo erectus, and effectively created us, a race called Homo sapiens, as a slave race to do the work to mine the gold that they needed to get off the planet and get back to their own planet. And that ever since, this sort of race has been around behind the scenes controlling things. Again, you might think this is lunacy, you might think these people are crazy, you might not believe it at all. That's fine, that's okay. Once you start putting the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle together, it's plain to see that there's strong evidence for multiple races of extraterrestrials or aliens that have arrived on Earth. Some shot down, captured, some arrive and depart without us even knowing. One thing's for sure, with billions and billions and billions of solar systems, planets, and stars out there, we're not alone in the universe.